Okay, we're going to start with the outside. This is the outside view of the house, out in the yard. We walk on into the driveway. Give y'all a tour of the yard and everything. Here's our neighbor's house, Miss Hazel. She lives on the right left-hand side of us. And as we go down the hill, so going through the terrace, I'm just going to kind of point the camera over through it and show y'all. This is my terrace. I'll zoom in here a little bit for you. You see one of my bird houses. It's empty. Hopefully soon we'll have some birds start nesting in the bird houses. Got a few. And there's a tier where I got my rose bushes. And that's my crepe myrtle bush. It's real pretty when it starts blooming. And right here, get over here and get a closer shot. That's my daylilies starting to come up. I've got some amaryllis right there, but as you can see, they're not coming up yet. Guess it's still too cold for them. And zoom in a little bit more closer on my rose bushes. The middle one's a knockout rose. The other two is just regular rose bushes. And come on around here. That's Robbie's woodshed. That's something I've never showed y'all. I'll have to go down here and show y'all exactly how much junk Robbie has. You think he's got stuff in his shop? He ain't got nothing in his shop. There's my think of them in a minute. Canna lilies. I get it. I told you I'd get it in a minute. And that dead bush right there is actually a latana bush. And it is that big. Robbie usually cuts it back from Miss Hazel, but he hasn't done it yet. Back up here a little bit, kind of show you a little bit. I want to try to clean some of this up back here. Kind of thin the woods, or thin out a little bit, not too far. And I'm going to zoom in. If you look right yonder, straight ahead, not that first, but the tree back there in the back, that's a dogwood tree. It's usually a first blooming dogwood. A bloom probably start next month. It blooms earlier than the rest of the dogwood trees. Now come on down here. It's marshy like through here because it stays damp being in the shade. Ah, look at there. I got to show you. JJ, look at there. Isn't that pretty? First sign of spring. Daffodil. I have to move them in the front. I didn't know they were back here. Okay, now, here's a good view of Robbie's storage shed. All his wood. Think he's got enough stuff? He's got everything. Some of this, a lot of this, put it that way, is from my grandmother's old house. Some of it's from just other things he's gotten. This is going to be in two segments, one for the yard and one for the house. Now that tree right there is interesting. If you look at it, it is actually broken. And would you believe it or not, it is holding itself up by just that one thing there. And the tree is still alive. This is down below the hill still. So I'm going to get a closer view of that. See there? What's that? See how that tree is? And it's amazing. It's still hanging in there and even still alive. This is still also below the hill. Let me duck here. I'll zoom out. Look, well, I am zoomed out. Okay. See, a lot of this I want to cut. We need to cut back. And get here this spring and do a lot of yard work back here. same as back here. We did have a lot of this cleaned out, cut back, I guess you say, but it's gotten ahead of us with my surgery and everything. Robbie, me going back and forth to the doctor, we ain't had much time. Now we're gonna go back here toward the woods. I want to show you something I've never seen. Actually, you can trail through back here. I've done it many a times, and it comes out up by Miss Hazel's. All right, this. I have actually dug an azalea up from back here, and I gave it to my mom, and it is doing really great. I was trying to see if I could find, there's supposed to be another queen azalea back here. Trying to find it. But anyway, there's another queen azalea back here, which is where I got a piece of mine from up front. And matter of fact, this one right here, there it is right there. See it? It's all grown up. I want to clean out around this, because it's, as you can see, it's all tangled up in some stuff. There's also an azalea, miniature azalea back here. I won't show you that, but anyway, it's easy to get to, but the way it's growing, well, matter of fact, it's right here. But if the way it's growing, what I was trying to do is get it out of here and bring it up front, but it's too close to that tree trunk there. Okay, we're gonna go out of the woods. I'm gonna go back in here, and this is a wild rose bush. It blooms real pretty red roses. This we did have cut down, and it's done grown back up, something that's been let go. Like I said, all this was cut back where you could come back here and actually cut with a mower, but as you can see, it's not. It's grown up too much. Like I said, something else that's got to be done that's been let go. Okay, going back on top of the hill. We worked a little bit right in here, cleaning some of this out. And then right over in here is another queen azalea. Right there. It's real pretty when it blooms. And you're going around and you can see just how long this part is. Right there are my two pecan trees, and then my other flowers around my pecan trees. Irises that bloom every year. And that big tree right there beside the house, out there on the corner by the hill, is a red oak. I think it's like a top of a one because it's not really a full tree, but it's still pretty in the fall time when it turns to yellow leaves. And then there's my dogwood right here by my house. It's real pretty when it blooms. My face got buds on it, so it should start blooming flowers for too much longer. And there's where Robbie moved one of my big latanas. You see, I got to clean up around and get all the weeds out from around it. They've taken over. And of course, I've seen Robbie shout the last time when I took a picture of him working on the stairs. There's the back view of the house. And another view of the terrace. Okay, we're going to stop this. That ends the segment to the yard, and we're going to go inside.